Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the First Order Officer from the Toys R Us exclusive Admiral Ackbar and First Order Officer 2-pack. This guy is pretty cool, but before we take a closer look at him, let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. Here it is. As you can see, it's a 2-pack with a nice big window here on the front and a Toys R Us sticker right here. And boy, my Christmas tree is really peeking off of this plastic here. It does have a nice image of the officer and Admiral Ackbar down here in the corner. And on the back, the image is repeated again. There is a brief description. If you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. Alright, so overall, pretty standard packaging, so let's go ahead and take a look at the figure itself here. So, the First Order Officer stands at 5 3/4 inches tall with his hat on, which is right in scale with all of your other figures, and it uses the same body as the Finn in First Order Officer disguise. He does come with a couple accessories. The first one here is his blaster. Really nice looking detail on there and paintwork, which is nice. And of course this does fit in his holster here on his side, which is really nice. And then he has a removable hat. Here it is. Again, really nice detail, and I think that this is a really nice feature on there to be able to remove the hat. And it's so seamless on the head that you can't even tell that it's, a removable piece, which is really cool. And then it's got a ton of little tiny detail on there. Really nice looking. But it's what's under the hat that's really a problem with this figure. Look at that. I mean, it literally looks like a child colored this on with a marker. It's chipped. I mean, they didn't even bother sculpting like a little bit of stubble or anything to try and make that look good. It's perfectly smooth. It's literally shiny. I don't know what the heck Hasbro was thinking. I mean, this is ridiculous on a collector, grade figure, like these. These are aimed towards collectors, and this is the kind of paint job they're doing. It's ridiculous. Because aside from that, I actually really like this figure because he just sort of fills out the background. Fortunately, you can hide that horribly disgusting mess underneath his hat and you can't even tell. He just looks like, he's bald, which would have been perfectly fine. I don't think I would have had a problem if, they hadn't painted any hair at all. He'd just been bald. Would have been perfectly fine, but they decided to do that god-awful mess. So that's really the only complaint I have about this figure. Everything else is really positive. He has a ball peg in the head and then a hinge in the neck, which gives him a really nice range of motion in all directions. He's got ball hinge shoulders that do swivel 360, hinged elbows with a swivel that get better than 90 degrees, which is nice. He's got, let's see, hinged, I know they're hinged. Which way does the hinge go here? Hinged wrists that run horizontally through the hand on this side, and let's see, is it horizontally on both sides? All right. Then he's got a double ball peg here in the torso with a nice range of motion. Of course, that does work as a swivel. T-jointed hips with a pretty decent range. Obviously, this guy's not going to be getting into the most acrobatic poses. He's got a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, hinged ankles, and an ankle rocker. So overall, this is a really well done figure, except for the horrible mess underneath his hat. And because you can hide it under his hat, and you're probably never going to take the hat off really anyway, I will recommend this figure. But Hasbro, you gotta pick it up. You did a horrible job on the hair on this guy, and the stubble on Poe Dameron's face is awful too. You either need to not do it or figure out how to do a better job, because this is ridiculous. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comments section below, and I guess I'll see you later.